So I want to share with you the biggest gift that having cancer gave me. And this is something that I think everyone could benefit from to enrich their lives and be happier. Now, you shouldn't have to go through something as incredibly traumatic as I did or hit rock bottom to be able to experience this, which is why I'm sharing this with you. Now, I want to preface this by saying I would not wish cancer on anybody. It is an absolute shit show from beginning to end. It is the absolute worst. And I'm saying this as someone who is a stage 4 cancer survivor who battled cancer twice and also almost died from complications from surgery. My cancer journey was really, really difficult. Luckily, I can say that I am now officially in remission. I got the information last week from my oncologist, so I'm celebrating that. And because of this, I've been reflecting a lot on my journey, and I really think it's important to share my experiences so that you can learn from it. So if you're wondering who I am, my name is Natalie Reader, and I'm a hypno coach. And I basically help women create lives that they adore by being authentically themselves. And I use my experiences, what I went through, and also my extensive training as a hypnotherapist and life coach. So let's dive into it. What is the biggest gift that I had from experiencing cancer? So when you have the veil of innocence just like ripped away from your eyes and you are facing your own mortality, it puts things in perspective. And the greatest gift that I got was having less fucks to give. And it is absolutely incredible how this can change your life. Because honestly, I feel like we all give way too many fucks about things that are not fuck-worthy. We stress about and complain about, I don't know, the weather, traffic jams, nosy neighbours, gossiping co-workers when they rearrange the supermarket. There are so many things that we obsess about and we complain about. And let's say, for example, you've had a conversation with someone and then you get home, you're like, oh, what if I said something and they don't like it? And you overanalyze and obsess over previous decisions and mistakes that you've been made, and you're really sitting in the past, pulling things apart. Or maybe you're looking at the future and borrowing problems from the future, playing out all these negative what if scenarios of things that haven't even happened. We create this loop of negativity, of stressing ourselves out and really giving too many fucks when you don't need to focus on those things. They are not enriching your life. And in fact, they are sucking your energy. They're sucking your life away. And when you have to face the fear of dying, you look at your life and I can guarantee you, you're not going to care about all of those superfluous things, all those things that aren't important anymore. What's important to you is your family, your happiness, your health, your freedom, your ability to do things that bring you joy. So many of us are living a life not doing the things that we want to do that light us up because we're so scared about what other people think about us. We're so concerned about people judging us, and we are people pleasers. Now, I am a reformed people pleaser. I would say yes to people all the time and bend over backwards and feel guilt tripped into doing stuff because I used to be a teacher and I had to volunteer for so many things, and it was sucking my life and energy away. And then I realized I could say no. I could be like, not my circus, not my monkeys. So that greatest gift is having less fucks to give. Now, it is easy and simple. And now I know you're thinking, no, it's not easy, Natalie. It's not. I can't just stop like that. Well, let me put it this way. You came out of the womb, this beautiful little baby, and everything that you're going through right now, how you react to things, all the things that you do, your behaviors, your limiting beliefs, your blocks, those stories you tell yourselves, people pleasing, all of that, this is learnt behavior. So that means you can unlearn it. So let's talk about the habit of getting in this negative thought process of complaining about things. We all have a pet peeve, something we like to complain about all the time. That's just a pattern. You can break that. And all that takes is becoming aware of what you're doing, what you're saying. And when you have that negative thought, catch it right then and be like, okay, is that true? Or try and reframe it in some way. So for example, when I was going through chemo, instead of saying, I have to have chemo, I said, I get to have chemo. I get to have life-saving treatment. Small change in the word that I use, but it completely changed my experience. Was I stressing about being caught in traffic? No, it's not a fuckworthy situation. So I could focus on the things that were important to me. It freed my energy up a little bit. So ask yourself, when you find yourself being, in this situation when you're complaining all the time, ask yourself, is this really a fuckworthy situation? How can I reframe it? For example, if there was a blackout, you've got two types of people. You've got the people who are like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is unfair. I wanted to do this. Now I can't watch my TV show, and getting really stressed and riled up. And there are other people who are like, oh, awesome. I'm going to light a candle, have a really nice pamper session to myself. The situation stays the same, but how you interpret it, how you react to it is completely different. And that's where your power lies, in how you interpret things. So second thing, like I said, I'm a reformed people pleaser. Just say no. If you don't want to do something, if it is not value added, if it is sucking out your energy, if it is not lighting you up, say no. If there are commitments that is something that you don't need to do and you don't want to do, then extract yourself from them. It will free up your time. It will make you feel so much happier. If you're doing stuff out of a sense of obligation, you're going to build up resentment. And then you're not doing it out of love. Like, for example, a very good friend of mine, she never has any time because she volunteers for all these different activities, and she's roped into making a load of cakes for a bake sale for like the women's club here in Heitersheim in Germany. And she's up at like 3 a.m. making cakes. And she's like, well, I have to do it. And I was like, well, you don't have to do it. You chose to do it. That's different. She's like, yes, but then I feel bad. I'm like, okay, but that is you choosing to do something. And this is what we have to realize. Like, we're creating our own reality. Every decision is making us feel one way or another. By being guilt tripped and allowing people to manipulate you into doing something, you're giving your power away. Setting boundaries and holding boundaries is going to give you back time. And you realize this by setting boundaries because you realize your own sense of self-worth. Like, you are worthy just by being you. You don't need to prove anything to anybody, because if you were dying, you're not going to be like, oh, I didn't make all of those cakes. Oh no. You're like, I'm really regretting not spending that time with my family. Because all we have is time. That is your most precious resource. Don't spend it giving fucks about stuff that's got nothing to do with making you happy. And my third biggest tip is creating pockets of peace for yourself. Now, it would be great if we could sit and we could have this amazing morning routine where we're meditating and like, and doing all the things. But in reality, we're all busy. I mean, I'm a mum of two. I've got two toddler tornadoes running around the house, creating absolute chaos. I run my own business. I've got a household to run. I don't have time to do all these long-winded routines. So I create what I like to call pockets of peace throughout my day. These are moments of mindfulness, of stillness that work with my schedule. So for example, I love a walking meditation. Every morning when I walk to drop my son off at kindergarten, I just take that time to be mindful of the steps that I'm taking, of my breath. When I get up and I have a shower, I'm saying my morning affirmations to myself. I start every morning looking at the mirror and telling myself, I love you utterly and completely 3 times. I don't look at my phone straight away. I take care of myself first. I get myself washed, do my affirmations in the shower, say it in the mirror when I'm brushing my teeth, get Charles ready, get Sophia ready, I'm out, do my walking meditation. These are moments to myself. Throughout the day, if I get stressed or overwhelmed, I love to do breath work. Now, you can do a really long, like hour breathwork session. You can follow things on YouTube, but very simply, it is just connecting to your breath. One of my favorite methods is just breathing in through the nose, holding for the mental count of 3, and breathing out through the mouth for the mental count of 5. Just allowing myself to relax more and more with each breath. Something you can also do, which is something I'm teaching my 3-year-old, is the 5-finger method. You inhale, going up, and on the out breath, you go down. This is a really great tactile thing that you can teach your toddlers. Connecting yourself to your breath in the moment, and you can just do that. These little moments of pockets of peace, the mindfulness, help relax you, bring you to the present moment, get you out of that fight or flight stage. And then you can question, okay, why am I stressed? Is this a fuck-worthy situation? Or is it just a pattern? Is it just a habit? If you're running late for work, do you think being stressed and running around like, oh, fuck, I haven't done this, I haven't done this, I'm late. Do you think that's going to get you there any faster? No. And in fact, it's probably going to impact the rest of your day because you've probably rushed out the house, you've probably ripped a hole in your ties, forgotten your lunch, getting really stressed in traffic on the way up. Your heart rate's going to be pumping, you're going to be sweaty, you're going to be all stressed, and things are just going to feel out of whack for the whole day. For me, if I'm running late, I'm like, well, I'm late already. I'm just going to get myself ready, make myself a cup of coffee, and I'll get there. And when I arrive, I say to the people, thank you for waiting. I don't apologize for being late. It's just one of those things. I don't apologize. I thank them for waiting. Again, this is a small reframe because saying sorry is like saying, oh, I've done something wrong. Oh my God, I'm a bad person. But thanking someone for waiting for you is acknowledging their wait time, and it just changes that energy. And the 4th thing, the biggest thing, we give so many fucks about failing, about making mistakes, which is absolutely ridiculous. If you see your child trying to learn to walk and they fall over, they're not, well, fuck it, I tried and it didn't work. I guess I'm just going to crawl around for the rest of my life. No, they pick themselves up and they get on with it. And that's what we teach our children, and we forget it as adults. Making mistakes is healthy. That's how we learn. And if you change that, if you reframe that to, oh, it's a mistake, to, oh, it's a learning curve, it's something new, it changes it. It makes it a little bit more playful. We're all going to make mistakes, and especially when you're doing something new, you're just a beginner. Like, you're not going to get these amazing tennis players who are pros. They started somewhere. They had to pick up a racket and learn how to hit a ball. So we can do the same. And if you're not stressing about it, if you're not getting down on yourself about it, it changes how you show up in the world. I know for me growing up, like if you make a mistake, if you break something, or you're making a cake and then you've dropped it or something, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, why did you do that? You're so stupid. Like, the way you talk to yourself is disgusting. You would never talk to a friend like that. So why are you talking to yourself like that? Like, that's the narrative that you're feeding yourself. That is what your kids are picking up on as well, by the way. Having children has made me really reevaluate how I talk to myself, and realizing, when my son knocks over a glass of water and it goes everywhere, I'm like, it's okay. We can clean it up. It's just spilt water. It's fine. I only give fucks about things that are fuck-worthy, and you should do the same, because honestly, anything else is sucking out time, energy, and joy from your life. So that is my biggest tip. That is my life lesson. That is the biggest gift that I learned from having cancer, is to have less fucks and see how it enriches your life. Honestly, think about situations that you put yourself through and experience, and what the change would be if you didn't care so much about it. So yeah, just drop me a comment below if you liked what I've shared. And if you are interested in learning to give less fucks and to live your life fearlessly by actually processing whatever fears are holding you back, fear of success, fear of failure, fear of judgment, any of those things, I'm currently creating this amazing freebie. It's going to be this resource to help you work through them. It is a work in progress, but if you are interested in getting it, then you can get yourself on the wait list right now to receive it as soon as it's hot off the press. Just drop me the comment, the word fearless, below, and I'll make sure you're one of the first people to get it. And I am thinking about including a bonus guided meditation on there as well to help you feel relaxed, calm, and confident. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna go because it's time to have some lunch and then pick up my son. Okay, ciao, ciao.